Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now we are seeing a massive reversal signal flash on this Bitcoin chart, while the price of Bitcoin is now retesting this critical area of support, while Ethereum is now flashing a new signal in the short term. So I'll be talking about all of that and so much more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, taking a look at the 4-day Bitcoin chart and also the 3-day Bitcoin chart, and over the last 1 day, once again, nothing has really changed on these timeframes. So if you're new to the channel and you want to know more about these two charts right here, then check out my last few videos here on the channel. And with that being said, taking a look at the daily Bitcoin chart, and we have actually seen something major change on this chart right here, because over the last 1 day, we've seen a pullback and possibly a bearish trend reversal here in the DXY, which would be a bullish trend reversal signal for Bitcoin. And now it is important to understand that at least as of right now, this is just a signal that is flashing, that is not fully confirmed, at least for now, because at least for now, we have not actually confirmed the daily candle close in place. And even if that happens, even if we do confirm this daily candle close with the DXY below this previous lower low, we ideally also need to form some sort of lower high in place to be further confident and more confident that we're actually confirming a bearish trend reversal in the DXY, which once again would be bullish for Bitcoin. And so essentially, this is the opposite to what I was saying roughly around 1 month ago, around 3 to 4 weeks ago. I was saying that we have, first of all, this warning signal in the DXY. When we initially saw that spike to the upside in the DXY, I said back then that is a warning signal to pay attention to, but we have not fully confirmed the bearish trend reversal for Bitcoin. And so instead, it was around 2.5 to 3 weeks ago that I actually flipped much more bearish and confirmed the bearish trend reversal for Bitcoin here in the short term, when we actually saw a breakout here in the DXY above a previous high, so forming a new higher high and also forming a new higher low. Once we established a higher high and higher low in the DXY, it was pretty much safe to say at that point that that is a bullish reversal signal confirmed in the DXY, which once again is bearish for Bitcoin. Because in case you're new to this channel, almost always when the DXY is trending in the bullish direction, that is very often bearish for Bitcoin in terms of the trend and momentum, and vice versa. When the DXY is trending in the bearish direction, that is almost always bullish for the price of Bitcoin in terms of the trend and momentum. And so once again, this is the first signal here in the DXY pointing towards a possible bearish trend reversal in the DXY, which once again would be bullish for Bitcoin. But like I just said earlier, at least for now, this is just the first signal flashing on the chart. We still need to see a bit more confirmation, like confirming this lower low in place with the daily candle close, and also ideally confirming a lower high in place in the DXY to become more confident that we're actually reversing back in the bullish direction in terms of the short-term trends and momentum. And as always, I'll keep you up to date on what's happening with the DXY and many other important charts in these videos every day. So make sure you subscribe to this channel with notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any of these important update videos, which I update every single day completely for free here on this YouTube channel. And with that being said, taking a look at this daily Bitcoin chart, and as of right now, the price of Bitcoin is now retesting this critical area of support, which is sitting in between around $60,000 to $61,000. And of course, this is happening after we just saw basically a perfect rejection from this exact area of resistance that I've been warning about since before we saw the rejection, which is sitting in between around 63 to 64,000. And that's exactly where we saw the price struggle at and reject from. And so as I've also been explaining over the last few days, we also need to see more confirmation actually confirming a bullish trend reversal in order to expect a bullish trend reversal. So like I said, over the last few days, the signals that I'll be watching out for to confirm a bullish trend reversal would be a bearish trend reversal confirming in the DXY, and also ideally a breakout above resistance confirming here in the price of Bitcoin, with daily candle closes above those areas of resistance, which at least for now have not happened. And so as I've been saying basically every single day since 1 week ago, I've been expecting a bit of a short-term bullish relief or just a pause from the short-term bearish trend just for around a week, which over the last 1 week played out exactly as expected. But as I also explained very carefully over the last 1 week, this short-term bullish relief does not necessarily confirm a bullish trend. So this is not necessarily the end of the bearish trend, because once again, as I explained every day over the last 1 week, I expect a slight bullish relief to reset the RSI back to the upside out of those oversold territories. But now that we've done that, technically this has given us some more room to the downside later on to potentially continue that short-term bearish trend. And so ultimately, the short-term trend and momentum is still bearish, as I've been saying every single day since all the way back up here around 3 weeks ago. I've been saying every day since then that the short-term trend is bearish. And in order to prove otherwise, we need to confirm a bullish trend reversal by seeing bullish reversal signals confirm, like for example, a daily candle close back above key resistance, confirming a breakout, and also confirming a bearish trend reversal in the DXY, which right now we're seeing very early signs of happening, but at the moment, these signals have not confirmed. And if we actually see a daily candle close back below $60,000, then in that case, we're likely going to continue that short-term bearish trend, at least down towards this area of support in between around 56,500 to 58,000, which is the next important area of support to pay attention to if we confirm a break below 60,000. But either way, until we actually confirm a break below 60,000, like I've been saying basically every day over the last 1 week, we're still ultimately just in a bit of a sideways price range, chopping around sideways in between this area of support and this area of resistance. And now, even if we do confirm a bullish trend reversal here in the price of Bitcoin by actually bouncing here and then confirming a breakout back above 64,000 with daily candle closes back above that level, and at the same time seeing that bearish trend reversal confirm here in the DXY, if we see those signals actually confirm here for Bitcoin, then even in that case, of course, we still have other resistance levels to pay attention to where the price could likely struggle at, for example, in between around 67 to 68,000 and in between 72 to 74,000. In those price ranges, we have a lot of resistance. But either way, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto, personally, I take basically all of my trades over on Bybit. So I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit down below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make a Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here, which is currently a massive $100,000 lucky draw happening right now over on Bybit just for a limited time. And so just by trading crypto on Bybit, you get these chances into this lucky draw where you could potentially win some free Bitcoin or Ethereum or USDT or a trip to an F1 race or up to $100,000 just by trading crypto on Bybit using the link down below this video. And so if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link down below this video. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there is also Bitflex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitflex. And so I will also make sure to leave a link to Bitflex down below this video as an alternative crypto exchange. And with that being said, zooming into the short term, looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, and of course, during the week, we have seen a lot more volatility compared to, for example, in previous weekends. Of course, over the latest weekend, we did see a little bit more volatility than what was expected, but usually over the weekends, we see pretty much flat price action, very low volatility. And then, as I've been saying for a while now on the channel, we should be expecting most of the volatility to occur during the week on the weekdays. And so far, during the week, this week, we have seen quite a volatile movement, at least in the short term for the price of Bitcoin. And if we're looking at the 4-hour Bitcoin RSI, as of right now, this is approaching oversold territories after just recently rejecting from overbought territories, which I warned about 2 videos ago on this channel. Around 2 videos ago, I said right back here that the RSI has just entered into overbought territories and we're likely going to see a pullback over the coming day to 1 to 2 days or so. And what have we seen since then? Well, we've seen a bit of a pullback exactly as expected to help to reset the RSI, which has been playing out very similar to what we saw back here, which is what I actually compared this signal to roughly 2 days ago here on the channel. I compared it to back here where the RSI was overbought and we saw a pullback over the coming days as the most likely scenario. So this was just simply expected price action. And this was especially expected if you watched my last video here on the channel. I said in the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we have a lot of liquidity at around 61,000 approximately back when the price was sitting closer towards 62,000. And obviously over the last 1 day, we took out a lot of that liquidity to the downside as expected. because usually the price of Bitcoin likes to move towards where there's a lot of liquidity, especially if that liquidity is close to the current price of Bitcoin. And so if we're looking at the major levels of liquidity right now on the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, looking forward, as of right now, we have a lot of liquidity at around 59.4K to 59.5K and a massive area of liquidity in between 63.9K to 64.2K. And as of right now, we have more liquidity at around 64,000 approximately compared to 59,500. But with that being said, considering 59,500 is closer to the current price, it is more likely that we could hit that level to take out those positions before potentially eventually heading back to the upside to take out a lot of liquidity closer towards 64,000. But with that being said, taking a look at Ethereum on the daily time frame, and right now we're simply seeing the continuation of that short-term bearish trends that I've already been warning about every single day over the last 3 weeks or so. And I've also been saying that, of course, during the short-term bearish trend, we can see shorter-term time periods where we have some sideways consolidations or slight bullish reliefs, just some bounces along the way during the bearish trend, because obviously nothing moves in a straight line. And in order to confirm otherwise, so in order to confirm a bullish trend reversal in the price of ETH on the daily time frame, we need to confirm bullish trend reversal signals, like for example, a confirmed breakout above key resistance with daily candle closes actually confirming above that level, which as of right now has not happened. And the resistance levels to watch out for on this daily time frame are sitting at around 3480 and around 3650. And as for support levels, at the time of recording this video, we are attempting a break to the downside below around 3350. And as of right now, we have not yet confirmed the break to the downside with a daily candle close. But if this confirms with this daily candle close confirming below around 3350, then in that case, the next important area of support on this time frame right here is sitting in between around 3180 to 3220. And once again, in terms of the trend and momentum, we're still clearly bearish, as I've been saying every single day over the last 3 weeks or so, despite these short-term pauses or bullish reliefs that we see during the bearish trend. And with that being said, taking a look at the 12-hour time frame, and just recently, over the last half a day or so, we have just now invalidated this previous bullish divergence by confirming a new lower low in the price below this previous low. If we're looking at the candle closes, considering the RSI by default is based off the candle closes. But with that being said, even though we've basically invalidated the previous bullish divergence, we are potentially forming a new bullish divergence with new lower lows in the price in the candle closes and higher lows still actually forming in the 12-hour Ethereum RSI. So keep that in mind, but at least as of right now, that potential new bullish divergence is not yet confirmed. It's just something that is forming to pay attention to. And as for short-term support and resistance, as of right now, we're running into a bit of short-term support at around 3.3K. But if we break that level of support, then in that case, expect to move down towards this golden pocket that I just mentioned earlier, in between around 3170 to 3220. And if we're taking another look at those resistance levels on this 12-hour time frame, obviously just over the last few days, we saw 2 perfect rejections from this exact level of resistance that I've been warning about over and over again here on the channel, which is sitting at around 3450. So once again, that is still a strong resistance level. And even if we see a breakout back above 3450, we still have a massive area of resistance in between around 3.6K to 3650. And so, like I've been saying over and over again here on the channel, we need to confirm a breakout above these key areas of resistance on the chart in order to expect any further bullish trend reversal. So at least for now, while we have not confirmed any bullish reversal signals, we are simply still within a short-term bearish trend, as I've been saying basically every day over the last 3 weeks or so. But with that being said, zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 4-hour Ethereum chart, as of right now, the 4-hour Ethereum RSI is getting extremely close to oversold territories. We're basically brushing against oversold territories right now. And if we're looking at the last couple of times where the 4-hour Ethereum RSI entered into oversold territories, this occurred right around a local low in the price. Not necessarily the end of the bearish trend, but at least we were due to see some sort of short-term bounce of some sort. And so essentially, this is telling us that we might not necessarily be at the bottom right now because it's not yet oversold, but we are getting very close to some sort of local low, potentially in the coming 1 to 2 days. We're likely going to see another bit of a bounce just in the short term, but once again, not necessarily the end of the bearish trend. It is still possible to see a bit of a bounce and then continue the bearish trend later on. That is still a possible scenario. And if we're taking a look at the price of Solana on the 12-hour time frame, obviously over the last 1 day, we've seen yet another retracement back down towards this previous area of resistance, once again acting as new support as we've seen also previously. And this is sitting in between around 140 to 144. And this is a critical area to hold above for the price of Solana. Because for as long as the price can simply hold above this area as support and actually continue to bounce from this area, like what we saw previously, this will be extremely bullish for the price later on, like what we saw back here. For example, we actually had a couple of attempts of a breakout and then a failed rejection again, and then more bounces from this area. But for as long as we held above that area, because we held above that area, we saw a successful bullish breakout later on. And so it is definitely important for the price to hold above 140 with the daily candle closes, because if we start seeing daily candle closes well below 140, then in that case, we could likely see a move back down towards this area of support in between 120 to 128. But like I just said, for as long as we hold above this area as support, we're likely going to see a similar scenario to what we saw just here in the coming few days, in the coming couple of weeks, give or take, if we simply hold this area as support. And as for resistance levels to watch out for, as of right now, we still have a lot of resistance at 160, more resistance in between 170 to 175, and in between around 183 to 187. And of course, over the last 1 day, we did actually see just one 12-hour candle close back above around 151. So technically speaking, that was a short-term breakout above 151, but immediately with the very next candle, we invalidated that breakout back above 151 with a candle close back below that level. And so essentially over the last 1 day with that small fake out to the upside, this has now invalidated that potential level of resistance to pay attention to, and also invalidated the possibility of an inverse head and shoulders pattern forming here on the 12-hour time frame. And another reason why it would be critical for the price to hold above this area of support in between 140 to 144 is because if we fail to hold that area and we actually see a move back down towards this massive area of support, then in that case, we could potentially form a massive head and shoulders pattern, which is a bearish pattern. But as of right now, this is a possible pattern that is forming and nothing has been confirmed, at least as of right now. But if you want to trade these moves in the price of any crypto, once again, check out those links down below this video to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions. And the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.